Ladies and gentlemen, a life worth remembering isn't measured in money, fame, or titles. No, it's found in the lasting imprints we leave on others, in the stories told about us long after we're gone. It's built in the late nights and early mornings, in the unshakable resolve to build something that matters not just to ourselves, but to others too. To live a life worth remembering, we must dare to chase our potential. Not just what we know we can do, but what we're willing to fight to become. It's easy to play it safe, to accept the limits imposed by our fears, doubts, or past failures. But if we stop there, we deny the world the full gift of who we could be. We rob ourselves of the chance to grow, to transcend, and to leave something timeless. And here's the truth that few want to admit: greatness requires sacrifice. It demands resilience in the face of setbacks. It calls for courage when others might quit, for self-belief when the world says you're not enough. A life worth remembering doesn't happen by accident. It's forged decision by decision, day after day. Think of the people who've left their mark on you, those who inspired you, taught you, or even challenged you. Their lives remind us that our impact is not in what we take, but in what we give. The legacy we leave lies in the people we lift up, the dreams we inspire, and the love we give freely. It's the moments we spend with others, uplifting, empowering, teaching, sharing. So I challenge each of you, as I challenge myself, to live boldly, with intention, and with compassion. Let's dare to leave a legacy, not of wealth or accolades, but of lives touched, minds inspired, and hearts uplifted. Let us strive to be remembered, not for what we achieved, but for who we became. In closing, let us commit to living with such purpose and passion that one day people will gather to say they lived fully, they gave freely, and they made a difference. Living with purpose and intention is a call to design a life that's deeply aligned with who you are and what you want to contribute to the world. It's about moving through life with clarity, choosing to live deliberately rather than reacting to whatever comes along. Many people drift from one day to the next, doing what's expected or simply surviving the daily grind. But living with purpose is different. It's a conscious choice to focus on what truly matters, to pursue meaningful goals that fuel growth and bring fulfillment. At its core, purpose is not just about achieving a singular goal or reaching a final destination. Purpose is an ongoing journey that gives meaning to each day. People often wonder if they can ever truly find their purpose, as though it's a secret code waiting to be cracked. But purpose isn't usually revealed in a flash of clarity. Instead, unfolds gradually as you engage deeply with life, exploring interests, pushing boundaries, and connecting with others. When you commit to living with purpose, you begin to uncover what uniquely drives you. Purpose might be found in your work, your relationships, your community, or even in the simple act of self-discovery. By living with intention, you keep this process active, asking yourself regularly, am I living in alignment with what I value? Am I contributing in a way that feels right to me? To live with intention also means making thoughtful choices about how you spend your time, energy, and resources. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to be pulled in 1,000 directions, each competing for your attention. Purposeful living requires setting boundaries and learning to say no to what doesn't serve you so you can say yes to what does. This might mean saying no to distractions, negative influences, or even relationships that don't support your growth. You begin to see that time is a precious resource and decide to use it on activities that enrich your life and support your purpose. It's about making every choice count, whether big or small. When you live with intention, you also set goals that resonate with who you are. Unlike goals that come from societal pressures or the expectations of others, these goals are personal and deeply meaningful. They reflect your unique strengths, values, and dreams, and they energize you rather than drain you. Imagine the difference between working towards a goal that you set for yourself out of genuine passion versus one set simply to gain approval or status. When the goal is your own, driven by your desire to fulfill your purpose, the journey itself becomes rewarding. Every step toward it, every bit of effort, feels meaningful. This approach to life also helps you make sense of setbacks and challenges. Purpose-driven individuals aren't free from obstacles, but they view difficulties through a different lens. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, they see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This perspective transforms moments of struggle into powerful experiences that contribute to your journey. You might face setbacks, but each one will serve as a reminder to realign with your purpose. It's through these challenges that you develop resilience, deepening your commitment to your goals and growing stronger as a person. Living with purpose doesn't mean being serious all the time. It's about bringing authenticity into every interaction and experience. It's about showing up as your true self and building relationships that are genuine and meaningful. When you are purposeful, the people around you feel it too, as there's an honesty and consistency in your actions. You're no longer just going through the motions or saying what you think others want to hear. Instead, you're contributing to your relationships in a way that's genuine, creating bonds that have depth and value. This authenticity creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to live more intentionally as well. Another crucial aspect of living with purpose is the impact it has on your mental and emotional well-being. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose report higher levels of life satisfaction, joy, and overall mental health. When you have purpose, you wake up each day with a sense of direction and motivation. Life becomes less about merely existing and more about living fully. Your actions have meaning, which brings a deep sense of satisfaction and peace. Purpose acts as a guiding light, a source of inspiration that pulls you forward even on difficult days. When you live with intention, you also learn to embrace gratitude. You become more aware of the positive aspects of your life, which strengthens your sense of purpose. Instead of constantly reaching for the next milestone, you learn to value the present moment, to appreciate what you have, and to find meaning in each experience. This gratitude grounds you, reminding you that purpose isn't only found in future goals, but in the richness of today. It teaches you to slow down, savor life, and acknowledge the journey instead of just the destination. Finally, a purposeful life is a legacy in itself. When you live with intention, you're building something enduring, whether that's a positive impact on the people you meet, contributions to your community, or the example you set for others. Purposeful living inspires others to look at their own lives and ask what truly matters. You may not know it, but your example might be encouraging someone else to start their own journey of purposeful living. You create a legacy of meaningful action, a life others will remember not because of what you achieved on paper, but because of how you lived and who you became. Living with purpose and intention is more than a philosophy. It's a powerful way to approach life that brings fulfillment, strength, and joy. It's a commitment to authenticity, a refusal to live on autopilot, and a dedication to finding meaning every day. And by doing so, you create a life that not only fulfills you, but leaves a positive mark on the world, a life truly worth remembering. When we talk about a life worth remembering, we often think about accomplishments or personal success, but true legacy is not just what you achieve, it's the positive impact you make on others. People may remember your achievements, but what they cherish most is how you made them feel, the influence you had on their lives, and the way you left them better than you found them. A life that has made a real difference isn't marked solely by awards or titles, it's marked by the lives touched and the ripple effect you create by lifting others up. Focusing on impact over achievement is a transformative way of approaching life. Achievement is often personal, involving goals you set for yourself based on what you want to gain or where you want to go. Impact, however, looks outward. It's about extending beyond yourself, asking how your actions, words, and efforts affect the lives of those around you. This perspective is not only fulfilling, but it also adds a layer of meaning and purpose to everything you do. When you measure your life by the positive changes you create, it brings a profound shift from self-centered ambition to a collective, empowering vision. You become less focused on personal success and more invested in the growth, happiness, and well-being of others. This shift from achievement to impact can be seen in how you approach even the simplest actions. Everyday interactions take on a new significance when you realize that each encounter is a chance to create a positive experience for someone else. Whether it's a kind word, a moment of support, or simply being fully present with another person, these actions may seem small, but they contribute to the bigger picture of a meaningful, impactful life. People rarely remember exact words or deeds, but they remember how you made them feel. A life focused on impact means you're aware of this with each interaction, choosing to build connections that are genuine, uplifting, and memorable. In the workplace, for example, a person focused solely on achievement might view colleagues as competition or stepping stones, but someone who prioritizes impact will see them as collaborators, people with whom they can share knowledge, encouragement, and growth. By supporting others' successes, you create an environment where everyone feels empowered to do their best. In doing so, you become someone who is remembered for their positive influence, not just their individual accomplishments. Colleagues who felt supported and inspired by you are likely to carry that same energy forward, creating a ripple effect of positive influence far beyond your direct reach. In relationships, too, prioritizing impact means caring deeply for others' well-being and growth. Rather than focusing on what you can gain, you invest in helping those close to you reach their fullest potential. This might mean being a mentor, a supportive friend, or simply a good listener. Relationships built on impact are the ones that endure because they are rooted in genuine care, understanding, and mutual upliftment. You're remembered as someone who was there during both good and tough times, someone whose support made a difference. When you impact others in a positive way, it builds a foundation of trust, respect, and love that lasts long after any specific accomplishments are forgotten. A life driven by impact also involves a willingness to serve. Service is at the heart of impact because it's about giving freely without expecting anything in return. Service isn't restricted to formal volunteering or acts of charity, it's woven into the fabric of your everyday life. It could be as simple as helping a stranger, sharing resources with someone in need, or even making time for those who need support. Service doesn't have to be grand to be impactful, it only needs to be genuine. Each small act of kindness and generosity adds up, contributing to a life that's memorable not just for what it achieved, but for the goodness it shared. The importance of impact over achievement becomes even more apparent when you think about legacy. Achievements are often tied to specific roles, titles, or accolades, and while these can be impressive, they're often forgotten over time. Impact, however, leaves a legacy that is remembered in stories, experiences, and lives changed. People remember those who touched their lives in meaningful ways. They remember the mentors, friends, and loved ones who helped them grow, who believed in them, and who inspired them to be better. A legacy of impact is one that transcends generations. It becomes part of the fabric of others' lives, continuing to inspire and uplift long after you're gone. In a world that frequently measures success by wealth, fame, or status, focusing on impact over achievement is a powerful way to live a life of authenticity. A person focused on impact isn't swayed by superficial definitions of success. They don't chase goals just to check them off a list. Instead, they choose actions and goals that contribute meaningfully to the lives of others. Whether it's through their profession, their hobbies, or simply their everyday interactions, their legacy becomes one of kindness, empathy, and service. They leave behind a world that's a little better because they were in it. When you make impact the priority, life also becomes more fulfilling. While achievements bring temporary satisfaction, they can leave you constantly reaching for the next milestone, the next symbol of success. Impact, however, creates lasting fulfillment. Knowing that your actions have genuinely helped others or made a positive difference brings a deeper sense of purpose. It becomes a source of joy that doesn't fade because it's grounded in the well-being of others. This focus gives life a sense of meaning that is truly enriching, making each day an opportunity to add value to others' lives. Ultimately, choosing impact over achievement means shifting from a mindset of accumulation to one of contribution. Rather than seeing life as a race to acquire as much as possible, you see it as an opportunity to give as much as possible. This doesn't mean you won't achieve personal goals or strive for success, but that your success will be rooted in your positive influence on others. Your achievements become milestones not only of personal victory but of shared growth and connection. You'll be remembered not just for what you did, but for how you made people's lives better, how you inspired them to dream, and how you helped them become the best versions of themselves. A life worth remembering is one where the focus is on how you positively impact others. It's a life that values empathy, service, and genuine connection over personal accolades. It's a life that recognizes that true success lies in the legacy you leave through the lives you touch. When you choose to live with impact at the forefront, you create a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and lasting memories both for yourself and for everyone you meet along the way. Embracing growth through resilience is a cornerstone of building a life worth remembering. It's about choosing to see every challenge not as an obstacle, but as a powerful opportunity for self-development and discovery. Life is full of moments that test our resolve and push us beyond our comfort zones. These moments can come in many forms: setbacks, failures, unexpected losses, or even periods of uncertainty. They all hold within them the seeds of growth, and how we respond to them defines our path forward. True resilience is the ability to adapt, rise, and keep moving despite the setbacks, allowing ourselves to become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate along the way. To cultivate resilience, one must first develop a mindset that welcomes challenges as part of the journey. This doesn't mean seeking out hardship or pain, but rather understanding that difficulty is part of life's natural rhythm. When we approach challenges with this mindset, we're less likely to be overwhelmed by them and more likely to see them as growth experiences. Instead of shrinking from adversity, a resilient person leans into it, knowing that the journey through tough times leads to valuable lessons and deeper understanding. They see challenges as a necessary step in expanding their potential, which means they can approach obstacles with a sense of curiosity rather than dread. Growth through resilience is also rooted in the acceptance of failure as a teacher. Society often teaches us to avoid failure at all costs, but failure is one of the most effective learning tools we have. Each time we fail, we gain insights that success alone cannot provide. We discover what doesn't work, what needs improvement, and where our strengths and weaknesses lie. A resilient person uses failure as a stepping stone, a chance to recalibrate and try again with greater wisdom. Instead of feeling defeated, they take the lesson and let it shape their next move. Failure, when viewed through the lens of resilience, becomes a resource, a valuable part of the process that ultimately leads to a stronger version of oneself. Embracing growth through resilience also involves a commitment to adaptability. Life rarely unfolds according to our precise plans, and a rigid approach can leave us feeling stuck when things don't go our way. Adaptability is the ability to shift gears, to be flexible in the face of change, and to find new paths when the old ones close. It requires us to let go of control and be open to new possibilities. Adaptable people understand that resilience doesn't mean forcing one path to work, it means having the courage to change direction when necessary. This adaptability allows them to keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances because they're not limited by a single vision of success. They're willing to explore different avenues and keep their options open, knowing that growth can take many forms. Another key aspect of growth through resilience is emotional intelligence. It's natural to feel a range of emotions during difficult times: fear, anger, sadness, frustration. These emotions can be overwhelming, but a resilient person learns to understand and manage them rather than being controlled by them. Emotional intelligence allows us to recognize our feelings, to understand their root causes, and to process them in a healthy way. Resilience isn't about suppressing or ignoring emotions, it's about acknowledging them and choosing a productive response. By doing so, we maintain control over our actions and decisions, preventing negative emotions from dictating our path. Emotional intelligence also fosters empathy and patience, qualities that strengthen our relationships and support networks' vital resources when navigating challenging times. Support from others is a powerful component of resilience. While resilience is often thought of as a personal trait, it also involves knowing when to seek help. Resilient people recognize that they don't have to face everything alone. They lean on trusted friends, family, or mentors, knowing that shared perspectives and encouragement can provide invaluable guidance. They don't view seeking help as a weakness, rather, they see it as a strength and an essential aspect of growth. By reaching out, they create a support system that helps them maintain their resilience and stay connected to others. These relationships remind them that they're not isolated in their journey and that they have allies who will stand by them in difficult times. In addition to building external support, growth through resilience requires a commitment to self-care. Challenges can be exhausting, both mentally and physically, and resilience demands a sustainable approach to self-maintenance. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for those seeking long-term growth. It includes practices like rest, reflection, and activities that replenish energy and restore focus. By taking care of their physical, mental, and emotional well-being, resilient people are better equipped to face difficulties without burning out. Self-care is what allows them to keep showing up for themselves and others, to keep pushing forward even when times are tough. A resilient mindset also involves a sense of purpose that acts as an anchor during turbulent times. People who know their why, whether it's a goal, a passion, or a sense of duty, are more likely to persevere in the face of hardship. This sense of purpose gives them direction and motivation, reminding them why they're willing to push through discomfort and uncertainty. It provides a vision that goes beyond the immediate situation, offering something to hold on to when things get difficult. With purpose as their compass, resilient people can navigate challenges with a sense of clarity and determination, knowing that their efforts serve a greater meaning. Finally, growth through resilience is not just about overcoming individual challenges, it's about becoming a person who can thrive amid life's inevitable uncertainties. It's about building a mindset that embraces continuous growth, understanding that each challenge faced adds to one's resilience. With each obstacle, a resilient person gains not only strength, but also a deeper understanding of themselves and their capabilities. They recognize that life is filled with ebb and flow, and that resilience means remaining steady through it all, adapting when needed, and continuing to move forward. This journey of resilience is one that shapes not only who they are today, but also the legacy they leave behind, a legacy of strength, adaptability, and a life that others can look to as a source of inspiration. Choosing resilience is a choice to be courageous, to grow, and to see each challenge as part of a larger story. It's a commitment to rise above circumstances and find meaning in every experience. Resilient individuals leave a lasting impression on others because they embody what it means to live a life marked by growth and strength. Their example becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that no matter how tough life gets, there's always room to grow, adapt, and come back even stronger. In choosing resilience, we create a foundation of growth that becomes a lasting testament to our character and purpose. Leading with compassion and generosity is an essential element in building a life worth remembering. Compassion isn't just a quality to be admired, it's a powerful approach to life that fundamentally shapes our actions, relationships, and sense of purpose. Leading with compassion means showing kindness, empathy, and understanding toward others, even when it's challenging or inconvenient. It requires us to look beyond ourselves and our immediate needs, to recognize the struggles and hopes of others, and to make their well-being a priority. When compassion becomes a guiding principle, our lives gain a richness and meaning that cannot be measured in material terms. Compassion often begins with empathy, the ability to see the world from another's perspective and understand what they're going through. Empathy can seem simple, but it requires a deliberate choice to set aside our own preoccupations and truly tune into someone else's reality. It's the willingness to listen without judgment, to understand without assumptions, and to connect on a human level. This form of connection is especially powerful because it creates a sense of trust and safety. When people feel genuinely seen and understood, they're more open, more willing to share, and more likely to feel supported. This sense of empathy builds stronger, more meaningful relationships because it demonstrates that we care about others as individuals, not just as people passing through our lives. When we act out of compassion, we prioritize kindness in our words and actions, choosing to uplift rather than criticize. Leading with compassion doesn't mean we avoid difficult conversations or gloss over problems. It means we approach others with an understanding heart. Even when we have to give feedback or address challenges, compassion guides us to do so in a way that respects the other person's dignity and self-worth. This way of leading strengthens bonds and fosters cooperation, making it easier to work together toward a common goal. By being compassionate, we set an example for others, encouraging them to lead with kindness and empathy in their own interactions. Generosity is closely tied to compassion, as it involves giving freely without expecting anything in return. Generosity can take many forms. It might be the gift of time, resources, or simply a listening ear. When we give to others, we're creating a positive impact that extends beyond the immediate act. Generosity shows people that they're valued, that someone believes in their worth and is willing to support them. This act of giving often creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. In a world where people often feel isolated or undervalued, an act of generosity can be transformative, leaving a lasting impression on those who receive it and a deep sense of fulfillment in those who give. A compassionate and generous leader also creates a culture of kindness within their community, workplace, or family. When we lead in this way, others feel empowered to express their own compassion and generosity, creating an environment where people feel safe, appreciated, and motivated. In a work setting, for instance, a leader who values compassion and generosity inspires loyalty and trust. Team members are more likely to support each other, share ideas, and work collaboratively because they know their contributions will be respected and valued. This approach not only boosts morale, but also fosters an environment where innovation and growth can flourish. When people feel secure and valued, they're more willing to take risks, share their ideas, and contribute to the greater good. Compassion and generosity are not limited to grand gestures. They're often most impactful in small, everyday actions. Holding the door for someone, offering a word of encouragement, or simply making time to listen. These actions might seem small, but they can have a profound effect. When we make kindness a habit, it becomes a natural part of who we are. We don't need special occasions to express compassion. Instead, we weave it into the fabric of our daily lives. Over time, these small acts add up, creating a legacy of kindness that touches everyone we encounter. People may not remember every specific act of kindness, but they remember how we made them feel, and they carry that feeling with them. Living with compassion and generosity also has a profound effect on our own well-being. Studies show that acts of kindness can reduce stress, increase happiness, and even improve physical health. When we focus on helping others, we often experience a sense of joy and satisfaction that isn't achieved through personal accomplishments alone. This isn't because we're sacrificing our own happiness for others, but because we're fulfilling a fundamental human need to connect and contribute. Compassionate and generous acts remind us that we're part of something larger than ourselves, and that our lives have meaning when we make a positive difference in the lives of others. In this way, compassion and generosity aren't just gifts we give to others, they're gifts we give to ourselves. Moreover, compassion and generosity teach us resilience. When we focus on others' needs, we're reminded that everyone faces challenges and that we're not alone in our struggles. This shared sense of humanity strengthens our ability to cope with our own difficulties because it shifts our focus from self-pity to shared resilience. When we lift others, we're also lifting ourselves, building a foundation of strength and empathy that helps us navigate life's obstacles. This mutual support becomes a powerful source of encouragement and a reminder that no matter how tough things get, kindness and support can always make a difference. Leading with compassion and generosity can also be a source of inspiration for others. When people witness acts of kindness, it often inspires them to act similarly. Kindness has a ripple effect. When one person demonstrates compassion, it creates an environment where others feel more comfortable doing the same. This ripple effect can lead to a community or workplace where people feel valued and supported. People are inspired by leaders who show compassion because it demonstrates a level of integrity and humanity that they aspire to emulate. When we lead by example, we're not only impacting the immediate situation, but also encouraging others to adopt these values, creating a legacy of kindness that goes beyond our personal reach. Integrity also creates a deep sense of self-respect. When we know we've made decisions that align with our values, we feel a sense of inner peace, confidence, and pride. This self-assurance enables us to face ourselves honestly, knowing that we've stayed true to who we are even when no one else was watching. A life built on integrity doesn't require hiding or pretending, because there's a commitment to being genuine in every situation. This authenticity brings freedom from the worry of being exposed or caught in contradictions, as there is no discrepancy between who we are privately and publicly. Furthermore, choosing integrity can inspire others to do the same. People are drawn to those who are principled because they create a sense of safety and clarity. In workplaces, communities, and families, individuals who act with integrity set a standard that others aspire to follow. When we consistently choose what's right, we encourage those around us to consider their own actions more thoughtfully. Our choices remind others that integrity is not only possible but also rewarding, making us role models and positive influences on our community. Integrity, therefore, becomes a legacy of trust and respect. The choices we make ripple outward, affecting not only our reputation but also the way others perceive the importance of values in their own lives. Over time, our commitment to integrity becomes part of the stories others share about us, the memories they hold, and the respect they pass on. In this way, integrity is not just a personal virtue, it's a force that strengthens relationships, builds communities, and leaves a lasting impact that goes far beyond individual accomplishments. By choosing integrity in every decision, we create a life that is both grounded and honorable, one that is remembered for its consistency, strength, and unwavering dedication to what is right. The journey of self-discovery is a vital component in building a life worth remembering. It is an ongoing process that invites us to explore our values, passions, strengths, and weaknesses. Self-discovery is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding of our true selves. By engaging in this journey, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are, what drives us, and how we relate to the world around us. This knowledge shapes our choices and influences how we live our lives, ultimately leading to a more authentic and fulfilling existence. At the heart of self-discovery is the willingness to reflect. This requires us to set aside time to look inward, to examine our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Reflection can take many forms, such as journaling, meditation, or simply spending quiet moments alone with our thoughts. These practices allow us to assess our life experiences, understand our reactions to them, and identify patterns that may be holding us back. Through reflection, we can uncover hidden beliefs or fears that influence our decisions and learn to differentiate between who we truly are and who we feel we should be. As we delve deeper into self-discovery, we also begin to identify our passions and interests. What excites us? What excites us? What activities make us lose track of time? Discovering our passions helps to illuminate our path, guiding us toward pursuits that align with our authentic selves. Whether it's through artistic expression, engaging with nature, or helping others, following our passions fuels our energy and motivation. This alignment creates a sense of purpose that is essential for a life worth remembering. When we dedicate ourselves to what we love, we infuse our lives with joy and fulfillment. Another critical aspect of self-discovery is recognizing our strengths and weaknesses. Acknowledging our unique abilities allows us to leverage them in pursuit of our goals, while understanding our weaknesses offers opportunities for growth. This self-awareness fosters a sense of confidence as we learn to trust ourselves and our capabilities. Rather than viewing weaknesses as limitations, we can embrace them as areas for improvement, creating a growth mindset that encourages continual development. This mindset helps us navigate challenges with resilience and grace, knowing that every experience contributes to our personal growth. Self-discovery also invites us to confront our fears and insecurities. It can be uncomfortable to face the parts of ourselves that we might prefer to ignore, but this confrontation is essential for growth. By examining our fears, whether they stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or self-doubt, we can begin to dismantle their hold over us. This process often involves stepping outside our comfort zones and taking calculated risks. Each step we take toward confronting our fears expands our horizons and strengthens our belief in our ability to overcome obstacles. As we evolve through the journey of self-discovery, we begin to cultivate a sense of authenticity that permeates our lives. We become more attuned to our values, which act as a compass in our decision-making. Living authentically means that we no longer feel compelled to conform to the expectations of others or to fit into predefined molds. Instead, we embrace our uniqueness and express ourselves openly, enriching our interactions and relationships. This authenticity draws others to us, creating deeper connections built on trust and mutual understanding. Ultimately, the journey of self-discovery empowers us to lead lives that resonate with our true selves. It transforms our understanding of what it means to live well, guiding us to make choices that align with our values and aspirations. This alignment fosters a sense of fulfillment that transcends external validation or material success. By dedicating ourselves to self-discovery, we embark on a transformative journey that not only enriches our own lives, but also inspires those around us to explore their own paths. Through this exploration, we create a legacy of authenticity, passion, and self-awareness that leaves a lasting impact on the world. Living a life of purpose is fundamental to creating a legacy that resonates with meaning and significance. Purpose gives our lives direction, providing a sense of clarity that guides our actions and decisions. It acts as a beacon, illuminating the path we choose to walk and helping us navigate the complexities of life. When we have a clear understanding of our purpose, we are better equipped to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and remain committed to our goals, even when the journey becomes difficult. Finding one's purpose often begins with introspection, taking the time to explore what truly matters to us. This process requires a deep dive into our passions, values, and beliefs. What are the things that ignite a fire within us? What issues resonate deeply with our hearts? By answering these questions, we start to uncover the themes that are central to our identity and our desires. This exploration may take time and involve experimentation with different activities, but it ultimately leads to a clearer sense of what we are meant to pursue. Once we identify our passions and values, we can begin to align our daily actions with our purpose. This alignment creates a sense of fulfillment as we engage in activities that resonate with our core beliefs. When our actions reflect our purpose, we experience a deep sense of satisfaction that cannot be achieved through superficial achievements. We feel more energized, motivated, and committed to our pursuits, knowing that we are contributing to something larger than ourselves. This alignment also fosters resilience, as we are more likely to persevere through difficulties when we are driven by a sense of purpose. Living with purpose also encourages us to be mindful of the impact we have on others in the world around us. Purpose often extends beyond personal fulfillment. It frequently involves contributing to the greater good, whether through service, advocacy, or creativity. This outward focus not only enhances our sense of connection with others, but also allows us to leave a positive mark on our communities. When we engage in activities that uplift others, we create a ripple effect, inspiring those around us to pursue their own purposes and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. Furthermore, a purposeful life invites us to embrace a growth mindset. When we commit to living purposefully, we become more open to learning and personal development. We view challenges as opportunities to grow, gaining new insights and skills along the way. This mindset empowers us to take risks and step outside our comfort zones, knowing that each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to our understanding of ourselves and our journey. In this way, purpose not only drives us forward, but also enriches our character and enhances our resilience. As we navigate life's challenges, having a strong sense of purpose provides clarity in decision-making. It allows us to evaluate choices through the lens of our values and goals, making it easier to discern what aligns with our path and what does not. This clarity reduces the noise of distractions and societal pressures, enabling us to focus on what truly matters. When faced with difficult decisions, we can return to our sense of purpose to guide us, ensuring that our choices reflect our authentic selves. Ultimately, living a life of purpose creates a legacy that extends beyond our individual experiences. It leaves behind a narrative that inspires others to seek their own purpose and live authentically. When we share our journeys and the lessons we've learned along the way, we empower others to pursue their passions and make a positive impact. Our legacy becomes a source of inspiration for future generations, encouraging them to embrace their unique paths and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. In a world that often emphasizes material success or external validation, choosing to live with purpose is a powerful declaration of our commitment to authenticity and service. It transforms the way we engage with life, enriching our experiences and relationships. By dedicating ourselves to a purpose-driven life, we cultivate a legacy of significance, fulfillment, and inspiration that resonates far beyond our time. In conclusion, a life worth remembering is one built on the pillars of compassion, generosity, integrity, self-discovery, and purpose. Each of these elements contributes to a rich tapestry that not only defines who we are, but also leaves a lasting impact on the world around us. By leading with compassion, we forge deeper connections and create a culture of kindness that uplifts others. Our acts of generosity ripple out, inspiring a spirit of giving that transcends our individual lives. Choosing integrity in our decisions fosters trust and respect, solidifying our reputation in relationships. Through self-discovery, we uncover our true selves, enabling us to live authentically and pursue our passions with vigor. Finally, embracing a sense of purpose empowers us to navigate life's challenges with resilience while contributing meaningfully to the greater good. As we reflect on these principles, let us remember that every choice we make is an opportunity to create a legacy that resonates with significance. Our lives are stories in the making, and the narratives we weave through our actions, values, and relationships will be the memories that echo in the hearts of those we leave behind. It is within our reach to craft a life that not only fulfills us personally, but also inspires others to embark on their own journeys of compassion, integrity, and purpose. Let us commit to living in a way that reflects these values, ensuring that our lives are indeed worth remembering. Together, we can build a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come, leaving a mark on the world that is both profound and enduring. Thank you.